Welcome back. The group has fought off the creatures. So is anybody gonna? I mean, I'm more than happy to allow a crafting check for skinning if that's.
Hand it over. Just roll a straight one.
Yep, straight crafting. Sometimes I hate this group.
Gotta ask the questions.
Big crit.
It's like, you gave me a chance. That's all I needed.
And that was good. You are able to get some skin off of the creatures. It will need to be dried out to be usable, obviously. But you have it. Audio. What's wrong with audio? Is it, you guys can hear me?
Yep.
All right, just wanted to make sure. And if you take the time, say, dry out, it'll take about 7 days. You get enough skin for 5 silver, but you don't have that yet. But just be aware of that, okay?
I will take to the flesh expert for the help of such things.
It's like stocks.
Why, certainly, neighbor.
So let me do this real quick. You all will
Check for loot. Check for loot.
Right, and so we go into the next day. You all are now well rested. Everything is restored. We will quiet the nighttime forest. And we will bring back in some palatable music before we go to our full map. I'll bring the map for the audience. And I ask my players, what is the direction you wish to go? I'm assuming you're going to continue to follow.
Yeah.
The river?
Good to me.
Yeah, follow water is usually a good place to build civilization, right?
With that, Jarvis really going to start asking.
So what's the actual thing we're doing here besides looking for those bandits? Are we going to help clear them out, or are we going to at least establish a place of residence?
The residence, I believe, comes after. Isn't that what she said?
I will once again read what you have been charged with as reluctant defenders.
Go clear out the bandits from the place, and then she'll give us our charter.
Yeah, the traitors were attacked over here.
I still want to read it.
Okay.
You're killing me.
Sorry. Hey, you've been killing me all game, all right?
All right, I will give you that. What it says is, be it known that the bearer of this charter has been charged by the Sword Lords of Restov, acting upon the greater good and authority vested within them by the office of the Lord Mayor of Restov, the right of exploration and travel within the wilderness regions known as Restov's hinterlands and the Green Belt. Exploration should be limited to an area west and south of Oleg's trading post, no further than the banks of the Shrike and Skunk rivers. The carrier of this charter should strive against banditry and other unlawful behavior to be encountered. The punishment for unrepentant banditry remains, as always, execution by sword or rope. So witnessed, on this 24th day of Calistril under the watchful eye of the Lordship of Restov. Now, I will be making a video of that so that every time a question is asked about that, I will just play it so that you all are able to then remember.
Take notes.
So follow the rivers, deal with the bandits, then worry about stuff later, right?
Get to Oleg's
Mm-hmm.
Do we know where Olex is?
to the west.
Okay.
You weren't given a specific like distance, but you know that if you continue to travel west, you will come upon Oleg's trading post.
Sounds like a plan to me.
The west
Sounds
we go.
like we're going west.
Mhm.
Let's go west.
Are we
West
still
along
doing
the
the
riverbanks.
I have one quick question. Do we like have to worry about like supplies or like feeding horses or
Oh.
anything like that when we're traveling?
Yes. So, you all should have consumed a ration. I do not have that add-on currently put on, but if you go into the compendium and type ration, you'll see that there is a ration consumer. Simon provided macros. Drag that onto your macro bar.
Ration consumer, right?
Ration
Mhm.
consumer. It's the Simon provided one.
Mm-hmm.
And don't worry about using it right now because we're not on a map
Oh.
that where you can select your character. When we do
Mhm.
it again, well, I'll just have you consume 2 rations. But yes, rations are indeed important.
So for me, because I don't need to eat,
Correct.
should I just not worry about that?
Not right now until you get stuck in the cave.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I avoid caves. I have a phobia. Don't go in.
That's interesting. I'm glad you said that. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
No reason though. No specific reason.
Yeah.
All caves all the time.
I wouldn't. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. I'm pulling up my zones. Give me 1 second. Because where is Stolen Land? There we go. That's 4. Because my Adobe's not working correctly, I'm trying to find what I need for what you're. Oh, okay. So this is interesting. I do not like how they have things set up. There we go. So as you arrive in this area, you do come across a small settlement, a village. Do you enter the village?
Hell yeah!
Are we going to for sort of resupplying or just check out the lay of the land?
Breezy's marching in head first. Like, he's just going to the village.
See if anybody knows anything. I'm all for it.
Mhm.
You head into
people.
the village, and you can see that this is not a large village. Maybe if you're lucky, just looking at the size and guesstimation, between maybe 100 and 150 people live here. That's it. You look around, you notice it's mostly humans. You do see a couple of gnomes, a couple of dwarves, that sort of thing. But this appears to be mostly a human settlement. The exterior wall is made up of wooden pikes. And as you enter in, there is, small homes, thatched roofs. And you hear kind of the hustle and bustle, but people don't necessarily pay you mind. As you kind of walk in, you do realize that this is probably a place that expects different traders and travelers to come and go. It is not secluded. It is right on the river. One of the things that you did notice as you came in is that it's on the northeastern bank of the Shrike River, and there's a low bridge that allows access over the river to the wilderness to the south. The southwestern side of the bridge does appear to be well fortified, with some guard towers.
Believe here would be a good spot to try to find out information. We don't know exactly where the trade post is, but if these people have traders, maybe they can give us more information.
We can also see about the banditry, how frequent it is, and maybe where exactly they come from.
Or maybe this town is the bandits. Who knows?
Only one way to find out, right, Breezy?
Well, there is one way to find out.
Yes, we must go in, talk to everyone, question everything. No stone must go unturned from the Breezy Boys and our detection.
Very well then, Breezy. I will either go find a mayor or a lawman of some sort, may be able to give us some information.
That is a great idea, Tyrus. Let them know that the almighty Breezy, with a capital B, is in town. I'm sure they will be dying to meet me.
I guess I can talk to other people here. I might want to see how their shops are, if they have any.
Partially disappointed because I need Kwaku for something, but I'll figure that out after we talk in the town for a little bit more.
All right, so, sorry, 1 second. So we've got Tyrus. Are you by yourself off wandering? Did anybody go with Tyrus?
That's a good question. I said where I was going, and then somebody said they were going somewhere else.
I know. I'm trying to get a feel of what the group as a whole. So Tyrus, you're going to look. You said for the mayor.
Either the mayor or a lawman. So somebody of some kind of power, maybe with some information, right?
Well,
I think
who would you
Caleb
like to
would
go with you? Oh, go ahead, Caleb.
Caleb would follow you with his legal lore.
Legal lore, got it. All right.
All right. And Jarvit, where did you say you were going?
I'm just gonna see how like the general shops is. If people are looking for traders, I'll look for them, and kind of like if Tyrus is gonna talk to people at the top, I'll talk to the people in the middle.
All right, Breezy.
I mean, let's go to the slums then. Let's go talk to some less fortunate people. Then he's gonna talk to anyone.
Bro, this town is the slum.
And then he's talking to everyone.
Wow.
Then he's talking to everyone.
Wow.
This was
That's
a tiny
discriminatory.
town, bro.
I
It
only
doesn't
say
mean
that-
at all. Well,
Wow.
they're homely people. They're humble people.
They're humble
That's
people. Got it.
I only say that because Breezy has the lore for Underworld. Yeah, Underworld lore.
Yep.
So he'll talk to more shadier people if there are any.
And Mr. Slinks, are you going with Breezy?
I'm gonna go with Breezy. Would also like Peiku to join us because I'm going to start using rumors, but I want to make sure I have the right story because I think this would be perfect.
I need the charisma with me.
Tyrus
Yeah.
is loving this.
Tyrus has said, and I quote, "What he doesn't see doesn't hurt."
Yeah,
What do you
definitely not looking for the lawman.
All right,
Enjoy
so
yourself, sir.
we're gonna start with Tyrus. Tyrus, you you easily find what would be considered the government building of this place. You can see that there's a sign on it that says Town Hall of Nivatka's Crossing. I'll put that in chat for you all.
Nivatka crossing.
Nivatka's Crossing. Okay.
Okay.
You head inside, and you do. There's kind of a central desk. A young lady sits behind it. She looks at you. Hi there. What can I do for you?
How are you doing, Miss? We've come from Bavroy. We've been tasked by their monarch there to rid a certain, and he goes back to check his notes. I gotta try to remember now. God damn it.
And this
This
is
is
why
me.
you
I
write
gotta-
down notes.
This is
I-
why
I-
we write down notes. Yeah.
I think it was called OLED.
Oleg's. That's it. We were sent to find a trader named Oleg and to rid him of some bandits. I was hoping that you guys may have some information, or we may be able to talk to you guys. Possibly finding, well, if you've had any problems with bandits recently, or if you may have some information on this, where this Oleg may actually have his trading post.
She, you see that she smiles at you. Oleg's is west of here. If you are indeed searching for Oleg's trading post, people come through all the time heading that direction. As far as specifics, my understanding, and you can see she is thinking in her head. It's about 6 days travel, depending, of course, how fast. I mean, if you're in a real hurry, you might be able to get there sooner, but I'm not certain. I've never actually been farther west than here. I was born here and grew up my entire life.
Oh, well, that's I understand. Well, I do appreciate the information. Is your mayor happen to be around?
She studies your armor. She leans into you. And what did you say your name was?
As he'll take a step back and give like the full formalized bow.
Do it. Do the introduction.
Tyrus Fox, my lady.
You see there is a gentle smile upon her face. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, Tyrus. My name is Noshia Maro.
Can you put that in chat real quick?
Of course,
I know Maru was one word, but
Noshia Maro.
Nashia.
Noshia.
Well, Nashia, it is a great honor to meet you. About that mayor.
Oh, yes, and you hear her as she giggles a little bit. Yes, of course. The mayor is currently in a meeting. I can have him contact you if you're staying here for the evening. Irvin Revenissu is his name, but he has meetings pretty much all day. A lot of times in the evening, though, he is free.
Very well. Well, if I'm not sure how long me and my companions will be staying. However, if you can tell Mayor Revenissu.
Of course. And where will you be staying at?
That is a good question. Where would you actually recommend?
Oh. Well, and you can see that for a moment she kind of thinks on the best way she wants to, but we don't have a lot of places. We're a small settlement, but we do have a tavern. Actually right around the corner from my place. As you see this, she gives you another smile.
You'll see him like give a smile to be polite. Like he'll give a smile right back.
Okay, Tyrus.
Okay, Tyler. Get
It's
your diplomacy on.
It's called the Windy Fork Tavern. They have several rooms. Again, we have lots of travelers that come through here. And so it would probably be the best place to stay, unless you know somebody here who might be able to give you room and board.
Well, I don't believe that we do. Oh, yes, then, as he looks over at Caleb. The Windy Forks. If we do decide to stay, would you say that sounds good to you?
I mean, yes, it sounds okay to me. Probably will turn into a breezy fork soon enough, but instead of windy fork. But by the way, I think you forgot to ask, but my name is Caleb. You can call me Caleb.
As you say that, Caleb, you see as without taking her eyes off Tyrus, she nods.
Yeah, he said, yeah, whatever.
Okay, I think yes, that sounds like a good plan to me.
Well, as Tyrus is going to like lift up her like one of her like reach for her hand, right?
I was trying to figure out
Right?
what you were gonna lift up.
Just barely, right? Like formalized, like just barely touching her hand. He'll lean over and kiss her hand again. Well, if you do happen to see the mayor and he does have a free moment, if you could please urge him to come talk to us. I'm not sure how long we will be staying, but if we are staying, we'll be at the Windy Forks.
You see as she giggles a little bit, and there's her cheeks just bloom in red. Of course I will. I'll see if he needs somebody to accompany him as well.
It would be lovely to see you again.
I think he will be safe with me. I think.
Poor Caleb sitting there like, man, nobody falls for me.
Terrible.
Pause. Wait, what's going on?
As we walk out, I'm basically trying to find out information now. If
So-
she has no other information, that's perfectly fine.
Give me a because you are gathering information. So what I need is I need a diplomacy roll from you. There, I've just put it in chat. If you could give me a diplomacy roll.
Actor does not have statistics for diplomacy.
Oh, because you don't have your character. So go into your character sheet and just roll it from there. That's fine.
Very well, I can do that.
He doesn't have diplomacy. I was like, what?
Oh, say
This whole
wow.
thing.
I was like,
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I've got the one thing that Tyrus is good at is diplomacy, and apparently picking up women. I that was not planned, but well, this is where we're going.
well, we find you got distractions,
Small
Cyrus.
time girls.
she leans into you. And you can see that it does appear that she's got something that she wants to say. Just be aware, since you are travelers, that there's been some rumors going around.
Yes, as he'll get a little more near, right?
There is a hag, apparently.
Oh,
People
God.
have heard the name the Swamp Witch. And she lives in a marsh on the northwest shore of the Tuskwater. She consorts with demons, steals children, boiling them for stew in her magic cauldron. So if you end up heading that direction, just make sure to steer clear of Tuskwater.
Tuskwater. I will remember that. I appreciate it. If my party does find ourselves in that area, we will rid you of this nuisance.
I appreciate that. And I know one of you wrote this down so that I don't have to remember it. Right?
Right, Cyrus?
100%. 100%. As he looks back at Caleb. You got that, Caleb?
No paper or pen.
I've got talking to do with this lady here. You good taking your notes? All right, good. Go ahead. You take
Oh,
this.
you didn't say anything about that. I wasn't prepared.
You got business with this lady. Okay.
I will say, and this is a note both for my players and anybody looking to do Kingmaker in the future, taking notes when it comes to this adventure path, more important than most adventure paths.
Okay, so since someone wasn't listening, what was it again? Important
I
information?
will actually.
It's in the group journal.
Already doing
I see
stealing
the-
shows.
Yep.
I see
Okay.
the group journal. Yep.
Yeah,
Northwest.
I added.
Don't forget, very specifically Tuskwater.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just add that in there as well. There you go.
And I just put it in chat for you guys too.
I appreciate it, boss.
All right, we're going to jump over to Jarvit and allow Tyrus to continue his flirtatious ways. Jarvit, you're talking to the everyman, is that my understanding?
Yeah, the working class.
And there are places to go. There's a church. There is obviously we've learned of the tavern. There's a small market. This is most people within town barter with each other, and the market really has been developed more specifically for those travelers that are coming through. So you could head there as well. But entirely up to you. What is it you wish to do?
Let's start with the market first. I want to, while maybe perusing some of the wares they have, I'll probably chat up some small talk to see what else they might know.
All right. So you head over to the market, and there's a couple of stalls. It's, like I said, it's not real big. Maybe 3-4 total stalls selling kind of what you would expect from an adventuring type person, ropes and consumables such as rations and arrows and things like that. It is very much the idea that they cater towards those that are going adventuring, that maybe forgot something while they were in Restov, and so they need to pick something up as they go. There's definitely a couple of fish stalls, lots of fish cakes available. For anybody that's really in the mood for fish cakes. You go up to one of the stalls, and behind it is a burly man, a beard, haggard eyes, looks at you. Actually, looks down at you. What can I get for you today, sir?
Greetings and salutations. I am just more so perusing your wares here. I see you have a fine collection of fish cakes along the way. And see, as a town specialty, I see.
Ah, yes. Well, famous fish cakes. The recipe originally learned in a town far away. I don't know if you've ever heard of Atari, but the fish cakes recipe that we have gathered comes from there, and I'm more than happy to sell you quite a few. They are delectable, and if you are traveling, they are much more preferable over the general rations that you might eat.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I'll take a handful for me and my party as well.
Of course. And he takes, and you see they're like these little like patty things, a little bit of a golden crisp around them, and he wraps up several in parchment paper, stacking them all together before binding them with some twine. He hands them to you. That will be 10 copper.
The lows of bipolar depression.
1 silver for the good fellow.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, we are coming on the behalf of Lady Jumanji from out of the ways, but we are also here about some banditry. I wouldn't happen to know if you know anything about that. I'd like to probably solve the problem.
He looks at you. Go ahead, give me a diplomacy roll. Would you like to use a hero point?
I forget my decisions, but I will roll with them anyways. One step better.
Oof.
Welcome to the club.
He looks at you. I'm not sure, of course. Just like any town in the Stolen Lands, bandits do exist. Where they come from, I have no idea, but he sits and he takes in a deep breath. Some of the bandits wear amulets. They resemble a stag's skull. I believe these bandits belong to a debased cult dedicated to a hideous animal demon.
You said what type of animal?
The amulet has a stag's skull upon it. As far as the animal demon, I'm not certain. These are just things you hear from travelers that come through.
Well, information is just going to be the first step for many. Thank you very much for this, and also for the fish cakes.
Ah, do not worry. I hope you enjoy them, and if you ever need any more before you leave, which I'm assuming you're not looking to stay. I mean, we are looking for a more varied diversity among our people. If you wish to stay here, what is your specialty?
I specialize in forging and crafting and such things. I also have chemical needs. If you have anything as far as medical necessities that you might need for this town, I am also here to give my services.
Oh, well, then this may be the place to settle down. No need to continue your travels. We need more like you here.
The offer is really appreciated, but I still have much to see and much I want to do. I think I might consider your offer maybe at a later time, though.
He nods at you. Well, enjoy the fish cakes and take care of yourself out there. Those bandits can get very vicious.
Likewise, sir, but I have a good eye for such things, and a good weapon for it as well.
And Jarvis just wallows away with like the big stack of fish cakes.
So we head to our third group, the Breezy, Kwaku, Mr. Slinks.
The group that's definitely not going to get into trouble.
Definitely. Definitely.
Now,
Definitely
there's no
Definitely.
real slums. I mean, like I said, this is a fairly small village, but, you know, there are areas that appear to be a bit more lower class. You've got the people who, you know, clean up after other people, take care of animals, that sort of thing. You know, as you're walking around, you see there are a couple beggars kind of sitting out, little tins in their hand. As you walk by, Breezy, one of them looks at you. Hey, you look like you've got a little bit of change to spare.
I do! Do you need some? Sir who looks down on his luck. You are in the presence of the almighty Breezy. What can I do for you?
Oh, an almighty Breezy. Well,
Yes!
oh man, if I could get a couple silver from you, I might be able to turn my luck around.
As long as you bow and swear to me that you will proclaim and tell everyone that you have met the almighty Breezy and he assisted you, this silver is yours.
Oh, of course, of course. And he quickly gets on his knees. Oh, almighty Breezy, the one, the only, the savior of all those who are downtrodden. Allow me to kiss your feet.
Oh
No
my God.
need for the kissing, sir. The words were enough to soothe my soul. You have earned yourself 10 silver, my good man. And please, make sure to let everyone know who gave you this silver. The almighty and the most generous and powerful Breezy of the Breezy Boys.
Well, we know who is definitely not
geez.
going to be the treasurer of the kingdom.
For 10 silver, I can definitely do that. But let me just say, if you, I don't know if you noticed, but any kind of, you see that he pulls out a rag that's red and he wraps it around his wrist. This rag shows that I am of previous royalty. If you give me 10 more silver, I could proclaim you to not just this outpost, but of course across the lands.
Hey, Terry.
Yeah.
I just got a tornado alert.
Oh, shit.
So, like, warning. So if I disappear real quick, you know why.
Oh, shit. I had to do it in character.
So basically, he's saying if I give him 10 more silver, he will give me this random royalty
Yes.
red rag.
Yeah.
Please,
Oh,
please.
man.
Slinks, you're right there. Slinks.
Yeah, but the unfortunate part is I'm going to feed into it in a second. I'm just letting this play out. So I am not here to stop it. I'm here for other means.
So I want to be
Can-
clear.
Okay, so since I'll ask, since I have the dandy dedication, a little bit more known of things that are of royalty and stuff
Right.
like that. Like I would literally know.
Yep.
Would I be able to determine at all the validity of this claim?
With the give me a society check.
I will do so.
And Tyrus, this is why we live in the north, because tornadoes don't come to us.
Tornadoes normally aren't here in Raleigh either. It's just,
No, I know. Oh yeah, you know he is completely bullshitting Breezy.
Mr. Slinks leans real close and real slow and kneels down to him. Now, neighbor, you wouldn't be going telling us a fib now, would you? It'd be real bad if you did that.
He looks at you. He smiles. No. Why would I be telling a fib? Look at me. I'm dirty. I'm unclean.
Because you want to be a bad neighbor, and bad neighbors don't get any gifts.
Well, if you don't think that this is as important, then that's a choice that you must make, but I'll give it to the next person then, and if you continue to talk like this, the price, of course, is going to go up.
All right. And I know he's completely bullshit.
Oh, yeah. But one of the things you realize, he's down on his luck. He ain't changing what he's trying to do.
No, I can't knock him at all. The only advice I'll give is now, Breezy, this neighbor doesn't seem to live in any royal house. Just be safe there. Might want to save the gold or silver for later.
I will keep that in mind, Mr. Slinks. Thank you for looking out for me. You can be a treasurer in the Breezy Boys' royal kingdom with knowledge like that. Good sir, I do not need this disgusting rag, but the 10 silver is yours, and I appreciate the hustle. Breezy understands where you're coming from. I was once down on my luck, and look at me now. Friends, fame, and fortune.
Wait, just so you know, Kwaku looks at you, where he too rolled society. Breezy, I don't know what Mr. Slinks is saying there, but that is a very, very...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Extremely beyond a doubt. You guys do see what I rolled, right? You saw the roll.
And Christ.
This man comes from royalty beyond royalty. A station above all of us. Heed what you say carefully, for he may be the downfall of the Breezy Boys.
You don't say, Kwaku. You've never told a lie a day before in your life. I will have to rethink this. I have an idea. This rag could be beneficial for both of us. How about we both split the cost and pay him double, so both of us can have a part of this royalty? We can split the rag and be rag brothers. Both of us have a piece of royalty on our side. Think about it. The ladies will flock to us. Kids will envy us. The royal kingdoms will bow at the might of our clothing.
Kwaku looks at you, Breezy. Smiles. I do not think double is enough. We must quadruple the cost. As the dungeon guide looks to see how much gold Kwaku has and how much Breezy has, and realizes Kwaku has far more than Breezy. This is brilliant.
Somebody stop them, please.
I can't even. I think it's too far gone. They've made their decisions.
They've made their decisions.
So what do you say, Breezy? 2 gold apiece to share upon the red rag of infamy.
Man, I can't even. I don't even know if I want to waste my action here to do this. I don't even know if it's good.
Kwaku looks at Mr. Slinks. Would you like to join in for a mere 2 gold?
Sorry, neighbor. I'll sit this one out. Feel free to go ahead and share and care as much as you like.
Well, Breezy.
I understand your concern, Mr. Slinks, but the future of the Breezy Boys depends on this very cloth. We need it.
Oh man. He's just not that stupid. I don't know. I can't even. Character. I can't justify
Breezy's
it.
not stupid either, but you both have made a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot. I can't justify it. I can't justify it. I can't. Like,
Breezy,
I'm trying to.
it looks as if Mr. Slinks does not have the stomach that true leaders have. As such, let us give this man his gold.
Yes, we shall commit the deal. The art of the deal. We are smart businessmen, me and you, Quaku. People will be envious of what this will be worth in years to come.
And so you each give him 2 gold. He
Yeah.
gives you this red ratty rag.
Oh my god.
You have enriched your lives as well as mine. Thank you, friends. Let me give you a bit of information that I've heard as well, though. For you look like those that might travel the lands. He leans in close.
Move 2 gold. Oh, let me get my pen.
Understand. There are rumors. There is a red dragon. Lives in the Gnarl Marches. Eats anyone who crosses its path. Be careful as you go out that way if it is a direction that you wish to go. For I would not want to see such spectacular and soon-to-be famous people perish to the red dragon.
I appreciate the information, my good man. You are a gentleman and a scholar. When we see you again, we'll be rulers of a kingdom known as the Breezy's Lands, and you will be welcome to come and join in. It will be a place for all. All indeed.
This man has hit a lick, boy. He has hit a lick.
I look forward to Breezy Land and visiting when I can. If you ever need someone to take charge of any area of the government, please do not forget my name, which happens to be... 1 second while I remember it. It's been some time.
It's like a random name generator.
Apparently, I accidentally closed the fantasy name generator. Damn it.
That's how you turn an unnecessary NPC to a terribly important character for no reason.
This is
For all the reasons. My name is Durgok Zaskum.
Jeez.
Well, dear
man.
Doc, keep in mind, I will never forget this name. You and I are linked together with Quaku with this mighty rag. Us, we have entered a bond of money and blood. We will work together, and you will join my kingdom and be rich and powerful as well.
Oh, thank you, Sir Breezy. I look forward to the riches and glory of Breezy Land.
I can't even like I'm so thrown off by what I was planning on doing. I can't figure what to do in this situation.
you
with
wanted
the knowledge I have.
rumors.
Yeah, I
There
know,
you go.
but I'm
So-
thinking I have to make the most out of it, but with the knowledge that he is full of shit. So so Mr. Slinks leans down and Jesus. He says, "Well, neighbor, it seems you made a nice, easy way into Breezy Land. But before you get there, you have to join our subsidiary program."
Oh, all right. What is this substitute program?
Oh, why, it's the friendly lads encouraging safety and health. We just got to make sure that we get all the supplies we can get to Breezy Land and all the information. But you got to make sure you share we're coming to town and that we always need help when we get there. And make sure to help recruit more, especially with your. And Mr. Slinks leans into him and smiles maybe a little too close and says, talents that you sure have used on these gentlemen.
Oh, of course. No. And he just kind of looks both ways and nods. Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take this opportunity to spread that rumor or whatever, basically. So, however, these mechanics work for this.
So, what's
If
the
I
rumor
gotta roll.
specifically?
That Breezy Land is expanding and we need more people to join the Friendly Lads encouraging safety and health to make sure we have supplies and information.
Do me a favor, write that in chat so I can copy and paste that into my notes because
Absolutely.
It's how it gets bad.
I got you.
oh my goodness. All right. We had a little later in the day. You all meet back up together, I'm assuming.
Wait. Very important question. How do I put this clearly royalty rag that's going to gain value in time into my inventory?
So I will create that item.
Okay. Nice.
And
Make sure you have the value correct because I don't want you to like cheap out on it.
Right. Yeah, of course. So I will create an item for you and put it in your bag.
This rag gonna come and play session 56. Just wait.
Oh my gosh. You guys don't even know. Okay, so you all do then come together. Yes. Yeah, so what's going on?
So I'm guessing this is when we all are now meeting up like at the end?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I guess as
To
myself...
share information, obviously.
Oh wait, no. Did you still need to do the rumor thing, Mr. Slinks? Or you already got it?
Do I have to roll for that?
No, you don't have to roll for that.
DMS determined.
Nope,
Okay,
you're good.
cool.
I just
wanna
need you
make
to type it out so that I can. Oh, there it is. Yep. So I'm just going to add that to my notes, and you're fine.
I guess as Breezy, Kwaku, and Mr. Slinks come walking into the inn, you see Breezy is walking like with his chest out, like he just made the best business decision of his life, and stocks are up. He just bought some crypto when he should have, so things are looking good for him. He got his first NFT essentially, and
Joke.
I guess he comes in. Before we come in though, he will say to Mr. Slinks,
Mr. Slinks, why did you not want to get on that fantastic deal?
Because there's more than one ways to get benefit. Always gotta leave him one more, don't you?
How do I do that?
Oh, hold out a little bit more next time. He'll be sure to give you more than just a rag.
We got information from him. What else do you think he had? He smells kind of like you, but down on his luck.
Well, the more desperate neighbors get, the more they're willing to help.
Is that something we should take into consideration with our kingdom? If we do not give them any food or water, eventually they will pledge their undying loyalty to us because they need it.
Oh, no, that is not what he meant. Not at all. Not quite, Breezy. Not quite that. It's just you gotta make. Oh God, bless it. Oh man. How about you and me make sure we do more research on the royal families that have been around here? Knowledge is power and all.
So is having friends and allies. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Slinks. I am not the sharpest tool in the shed. I know that guy completely ripped me off. However, his loyalty can be worth way more than a couple of silver pieces, or even gold.
Then maybe you got it right, neighbor. Always good to have more neighbors.
As long as those neighbors don't stab us in the back. Just like those wolves are assassins. They were terrible neighbors.
Even a dead neighbor's a good neighbor. You use them properly.
You see, as that sort of catches Breezy off guard, and for a couple of seconds, which is a long time for Breezy, he's quiet as you said that to him.
And Mr. Slinks just slinks away.
I guess that's how we walk into the tavern.
And as you walk into the tavern, you see that everybody has gathered, other than you all. So sitting at the table, you see Tyrus, you see Jarvit, you see Caleb. Trying to get them unfrozen. There we go. We had a little bit of a frozen snafu. Sitting at the table, and Kwaku immediately goes and sits down. Looks at the other three. You guys learn anything?
I mean, I'll keep talking if you guys didn't want to share what you learned.
Well,
Bro, we're just waiting on you to come up to the table. You know, Breezy's normally loud enough to announce that he's in the room.
Oh, he is, but I as a player don't always want to take the spotlight. So please go ahead.
Breezy, Mr. Slinks, Kwaku, I had some fish cakes for you.
That should sure be tasty. Is it still fresh?
Yes, it's still pretty hot.
I won't even roll with it. I'll just put it in the pocket with a smile.
I will pass, but thank you. I do not need meager things like food, as my body is 100% ran on efficiency. I do not require food, such as you flesh beings. But I did find out some information. There was warnings of a dragon nearby that will eat anything. Hopefully we never see it, but nothing on the bandits.
I'm sorry, a red dragon?
Yes, a mighty red dragon in the forest was given to us. Well, information was given to us in a place that I can barely pronounce. But don't worry, we'll never go there.
Jeez.
Well, that must be very exciting. You know, we learned that there's this tavern in the town called Windy Fork.
I think that's where we're at.
That's where you're at.
That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, I know.
How much have you had to drink?
No.
Don't worry. I did find out, however, that if we decide to, wherever it is we make our camp, if it is near the Tuskwater, we need to be extremely careful, as northwest of Tuskwater, there's actually a hag that is stealing kids and consorting with demons.
Oh yeah, that too.
He kind of like looks over. I don't bury the lead.
Well, that's very concerning, but I also found out that maybe these bandits are also ex-cult members with some sort of stag amulet. We might have to look out for those. Those might be the bandits we're looking for.
As you all are talking, in walks what you can only assume is the mayor, dressed in a suit not necessarily as fine as what you saw when you were in Restov, but you can tell compared to most of the other locale, this is what is considered fine dressed for Nivatka's crossing. There is a monocle in his right eye, and you can see there is a little pocket watch chain that comes from his shirt button and loops over to his vest. He walks up to you. And
Tyrus will stand as like he's approaching if he sees him coming.
And right next to him is a lovely young lady, a smile almost giddy on her face, who that you, Tyrus, and you, Caleb, know exactly is Nashia Morrow. He walks up. Well, no need to stand up for me, good friend. I heard that we had some travelers asking to speak with me, and Noshia here made it quite clear that I should definitely come and visit. Usually I don't speak to adventurers, to travelers, to hunters directly, unless there's some point of business, but Noshia made quite the case that I needed to speak with you. Which one of you are Tyrus Fox, I believe was the name that she gave me. Oh, yes, it's that one right there. And she points at Tyrus.
Tyrus again would give a little more of a formal bow, maybe not as like low as he had gotten previously, right? As he said, not to like even stand up for him, but he'll stand up, and that would make you Irvin Ravenisu, yes?
Of course, indeed, Irvin is the name, and please call me Irvin. We are very non-formal here in Nivatka's Crossing. What is it that brings you here, and who are your companions? Such a varied group of people.
Yes. Well, starting around the table, this is Caleb. Caleb, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, my name is Caleb Orvon, but you can call me Caleb, because, well, it seems to be the thing around here too. So, whichever you prefer.
This here would be Mr. Slinks.
Hey, neighbor.
This small one here is Jarvit.
Greetings and salutations.
And this would be the great and powerful Breezy, as he so puts it.
The almighty and powerful Breezy, leader of the Breezy Boys. You are now in the presence of the founder and the CEO of Breezyland. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And when he does that, when he does that, he looks over at Tyrus and gives him a very non-subtle wink.
Tyrus would like lean in a little bit to the bear. Yes, he does actually have some power, but he makes sure that everyone knows about it. That's just who he is. And then finally we have Kwaku over here.
I'm Kwaku.
I'm sure he must be busy writing down stories or something, telling of great tales having come. But down to business, if you don't mind. Please take a seat.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I would love to. And he takes a seat, and you see as no, she grabs a chair and pulls it right up next to Tyrus.
As she kind of does that, Tyrus will actually like hold the chair out just a little bit so that she can sit down, right? You know, he's got to be formal like that.
Why, thank you.
Lovely to see you again. As he sits back down. Now, to get down to business, you see, we have, and he would pull out the script that like the basically that was giving us our kind of our orders, right?
Right.
You see that we have actually come from Bravoy, and well, we were actually Lady Jamandi has actually charged us with removal of some banditry. It seems that they have been attacking Oleg at his trade post.
I see. Yes, I know of Oleg. Who runs a trading post west of here. Was, I believe, a fort at one point, but he took it over, and I know adventurers, travelers, those that are venturing into the stolen lands, which is not nearly as many as used to be, due to the banditry that we've had to deal with as of recent. A good man, and his
You-
wife, a lovely woman.
You
So,
say this?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, of
No.
course.
No, please don't let me interrupt. Please, by all means, go ahead.
So, you are, well, by order, or I guess request of those in Rivoy, those in Restov specifically, heading out that direction. I see. Very good. Is there anything that we can help you with prior to your leaving Nivatka's crossing?
Is there any like I don't want to say like insight, right? Because now I'm going back to D&D, but like was that a subtle hint to get the hell out of my town? Like
No, it is it's one of those things where Nivatka's crossing, it's a village full of traders, hunters, fishers, and trappers. It is kind of a place of movement, and though the mayor doesn't necessarily, and you can tell, he doesn't necessarily deal with travelers in person most days. There was something about how Noshia presented you all that he thought it was important to come and check you all out. He's not necessarily saying, even subtly, that you need to leave, but when a group comes with a piece of paper that says, they're important in Restov, he's going to see what he can do to assist.
Understood. Well, you made a comment that you're having some issues with bandits. Perchance may these be the same bandits that are attacking Oleg?
They could be. My understanding, and again, much of this is what we hear from those that travel, is that those that are attacking Oleg happened with a bit more frequency. As you can see, we have a bit of a fortifications. Being along the river helps, of course, and as well as our guard towers on the southwestern side. But there are more, my understanding again, rumor only, that the frequency with which bandit attacks occur is more prevalent in the western highlands and the green belt.
I see. Well, if we can offer our services against these bandits, maybe it'll help us in the long run either way. Maybe we can help each other out.
Definitely a possibility. Would always be willing to assist as need be. What is it that I can help you with?
Well, if you happen to know, you all have been attacked by bandits. Has anyone seen or heard of anything, any information, anything that you may be aware of that may be able to help us alleviate you of these ruffians?
I can give you a bit of information, a couple of things that I have heard. First, my understanding is that these bandits are getting braver, more organized. There are whispers that they've got a new leader, a man, maybe, who dresses in animal bones. Apparently calls himself the Stag Lord. Don't know much.
He'll look, as he says that, he'll look over to Jarvit. Just kind of give a nod.
Additionally, folks have mentioned spotting strange plant life and fungi growing in the wilds. A flora that doesn't seem natural to the Stolen Lands. Seems odd. Unsure of exactly what that means, but it's not something we've heard of in the past, and so for it to come up now, well, it's strange.
I understand. Plant life, stags.
Now,
very well.
As you folks are, I'm assuming, attempting to take care of the banditry, you will be able to sleep here for free tonight. I will take care of it. I will speak with the owner and make sure that you're well taken care of. But, anyone that is heading out and attempting to take care of the bandits who have become such a problem, we appreciate that.
I appreciate you, good sir. And I do appreciate your time, as he'll kind of reach out his hand for a handshake.
And he takes it, shakes it firmly.
As he kind of like scans around the table, does anybody else have anything else to ask before our mayor gets back to his duties?
Noshia looks at you. Well, I have one question.
Yes, by all means.
How soon are you all leaving? And
Well, I believe that if Oleg is truly being attacked, we must actually make haste. So it'll probably be at first light, unless all of you want to leave tonight.
Anything's cool with me.
How dangerous are the lands at night?
well, I would not travel at night, but if you have the ability, but understand, traveling well rested is probably going to be more advantageous than traveling while fatigued by any sort of lack of rest. Of course, I wish Oleg to be safe and taken care of, but it may behoove you to wait to leave until the morning.
That does sound... That's just good information, and I do believe you are correct. Only fools rush into danger without any kind of plan.
And you see... Oh, go ahead.
But if we wait too long, what happens if we could have saved people by leaving earlier?
Then, how about this, Breezy? How about we leave at first light, and instead of exploring the lands for a quick trip back, we make haste and get as far as we can per day.
Why not leave right now? That advice seemed applicable to an average group, but we are the mighty Breezy Boys. We can keep on going.
Quaco looks at Tyrus. Who's going to tell him that we need rest, not unlike him?
Slinks is going to be like, it's always important to get a good night's sleep, be well rested. You and me don't need to worry about that much. But look at that soft flesh that looks all, that soft flesh that looks all tired.
It is true. The curse of the flesh seems to hold their supple bodies back from being their greatest potential. If that is the case, I guess you must rest your weary bones.
Believe you are right. As he kind of, he will 100% allow, or no, I'm not even going to say allow. He's going to definitely 100% have Breezy thinking that this is 100% all his choice, right? Because he's, no, good job, Breezy.
So are we leaving now, or are we taking the time to prepare and find out about maybe what's going around, what's happening, who the enemy is, what numbers they have? I feel like we're missing a lot of numbers.
Walks over to you and pats you on your head. You should get that. You should let those bones get some naps, don't you think? He is very slightly petting your head.
Just thank you, Mr. Slanks, but maybe we could. We are rested pretty.
Leans closer and just smiles in your face while you're stuttering.
Maybe we should get some rest. Maybe a little bit of rest might help.
Darling, I think he's trying to be subtle and tell us that he would like to rest and stay the night. Fortunate for us, we can still go out at night and maybe learn some more information while they sit around and kick their feet up.
There, with this out of game, just so that we're all on the same page. Have we only taken one action, or have we kind of exhausted two at this point?
For you've only
as far as
you've
hex
done
actions.
You've done one hex action here. Hold on a sec. No, I'm going to count it as two since you did do checking on rumors during the day in there. So
yeah, that's what I figured. So we've kind of already done the we're probably at night at this point.
Yes.
And if we rest now, we can leave at first light.
Yes. Yes. So is that the choice amongst the Breezy boys?
That is my choice, but I'm not. I'm
Sounds
only
good
one
to
part of
me.
the team, bro.
Yeah, but it
I
is.
still vote for the idea of preparing, but I guess the majority rule stands.
And as the mayor stands up, shakes each of your hands as you allow it,
Tyrus must most definitely stand up when he stands up.
I appreciate everything you're more willingly going to do as you head into the stolen lands. Take care of yourselves, and if you need anything, of course, come back to Nivatka's Crossing. We are more than happy to offer our services, what meager services they are.
One quick question before you go.
Of course.
Do you happen to have a map that may make travel slightly easier, perchance? Anyone who has explored the lands around here, at least?
Unfortunately, no one that has called themselves an explorer and mapmaker has arrived back alive. So unfortunately, there are no good maps, just simple ones that show roughly mountains and forests, plains and rivers, and nothing more specific than that.
Very well. Well, I do appreciate your time.
It is very out of character that I see that Kweku has not even asked about compensation for the hag business.
Kweku is currently writing stories. I have no doubts about it.
Talking about the great man that they met inside the slums
Yeah.
of this.
He gave
small
away
village.
compensation. He didn't take.
Yeah, he's giving.
As the mayor leaves, Noshia looks at you, and you can see that she is crestfallen. There is a pained look upon her face. Well, I hope you're safe, and again, her focus is full on Tyra. She is ignoring everybody else at this table. I do.
Don't worry, we'll be coming back soon enough, probably.
Would you like to stay for a drink? Just one before you go.
You can see a smile blossoms upon her face. I would adore that. And as she sits down, this is where we will stop for this week. A drink with Noshia Mora.